Hey guys, first off, I'd like to thank you for joining us here at Magic Tickers Trading. I'm going to go ahead and cover a little layout as far as how to understand the alerts and the process of where you see them posted and how to best take advantage of these alerts that we post every pre-market before open. A lot of traders have come to us and don't understand how to enter and exit some of these setups and so on. But I want to go ahead and break that down for you guys so you can better understand how to take advantage of the watch list, how to integrate yourself with the room. And if you got questions, things of that nature, you guys can interact with other traders on a regular basis. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and cover the Twitter page right here where you guys sign up at. Everything that you sign up here gets you access to the Twitter page as an alerts member. And in that membership, you're going to be able to see us constantly tweeting our processes of some of the plays, outcomes of the plays, price targets we're shooting for, and all that stuff. But every morning in pre-market, I will post this tweet right here. Okay, so every morning it comes out about 9 a.m. And I'm going to break down this list right here, and you can click on the pictures of the list and you see American Airlines. I want to look for a break of 1650. I'm going to use $17 call options with this with expiration of 12/11. And then I'm going to look for these price targets. Okay. If you're new to trading, obviously this can be obviously a little bit of confusion. But I want to go ahead and break that out for you guys, how to understand this. And first of all, I want to thank you guys for joining us here. Please make yourself at home. If you got questions, you can later ask me on this or even message me back, and I'll be happy to respond for you. But during this breakdown, we're going to go ahead and do it in there. And at the end here, you actually see a little bit of a instructions of how to understand that process and so on. But I'll go ahead and break it down here in the video for you. So that being said, let's just say that next week I'm looking through my watch list. Okay. So I'm constantly looking through these watch lists, looking for setups, looking for breaks of entry, looking for possible plays for the day. And I make this piggy bank of a watch list every single Sunday, and I'm looking for these top setups every week. And it changes week to week depending on the hot sectors, depending on the hot, different sectors of stock like weed, Bitcoin, electric vehicles have been really hot lately as well. So I keep in tune with a lot of that stuff. And then I'll wait for those charts to set up because you do not just want to randomly enter a option call or option put in the middle of a chart somewhere and think you're going to make money. Okay. Alerts are to be followed to some degree, but it takes a lot of planning and understanding. And this is my version of kind of helping you guys with a trading plan. Because without a trading plan, you're just following blindly off of somebody buying and off of somebody selling, and you're going to get very mixed results. You may get relatively okayish results, but the timing of your entry could be far later than the individual who alerted it in the beginning. And by the time you're entering, they could be exiting. And in that sense, you're holding a bad position. That was a good position, but the timing is crucial when it comes to options trading. So that's why I post this pre-market watch list every single morning so you guys can follow it before the action actually happens. So you can expect, okay, well, as soon as this stock is looking to break 1650 here on American Airlines, he's going to be entering these $17 calls. And then he's going to start looking for these price targets and so on. So I'm going to break that down so you guys can a little bit understand it, because obviously some alerts are going to be a fail. And you got to be able to understand, okay, well, it broke it, but maybe it fell back through the break and didn't continue. So in that sense, it can be a fail. But I'm going to go ahead and show it here on the chart and give a little breakdown of something that's coming even this coming week for Monday. Okay, so right now, off the watch list right away, I can tell you that AMD and Fastly look really good for next week. Okay, and these are going to be some top watches going into our next week here. And I'm going to go ahead and break down these trades a little bit for you of why I've chosen a break of $94.59. Then I'm going to grab $100 calls for 12.18, and then I'm going to look for these price targets and so on. And they're going to capitalize and make some great money. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go here to the AMD chart to start off with. And right here, we've got AMD pulled up here on the chart. And these are on a daily time frame candles. Okay. So I look at these resistance and support zones. Okay. And I chart this stuff all by hand to give myself a roadmap, as you will, of understanding where the stock could possibly go to and how to speculate the move, how to look for those price targets, why would I enter there, and so on, and play the meat of the move and exit. Okay. So every trade is obviously going to make money. But with that being said, there's no guarantee it's going to meet the highest price target today. It all depends on the buyers and sellers for that day. and the amount of volume that they decide to flip throughout the day. So there's a lot of mechanics that go to it, in which I teach classes on this, but it's a lot of mechanics to the trading world that you can't just buy an option call and hang on to it for a week at a time, or multiple days at a time, and expect the same results, better and better results as you keep holding it. So a lot of these can be day trades, and of course we'll throw out some ones that we'll mention as a swing trade. And when it's a swing trade, we'll mention it as a overnight hold. Okay, swing trades are overnight holds or multiple day holds, and it's an option that has multiple weeks of expiration time, so it can last itself on throughout the meat of the move, as it's all about a timing issue on that. So you add yourself some time for those expiration dates. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys right here on well, let me see if I can maximize this here on AMD right here. Okay, so I've got a break of $94.59, and I'll play the $100 calls. Why I chose $94.59 is because that has been our high for the past 2 days. Okay, so $94.59 has been a little bit of a resistance point that we've saw multiple times right here on AMD. $94.59. We couldn't break it yesterday. We couldn't break it the day before. We smashed through it slightly there, but that is a prominent area of resistance. Okay. As an options trader, these are contracts to buy for the stock. They're not literally stock that we're buying. It's a right to buy the stock. So you got to treat these options as a vehicle to ride in for the move of the actual stock that is moving. So with that being said, I'm choosing these options because I want to play on strength for calls. And if we decide to have some breakdown of maybe some lower candle supports and things start falling, then it's that sense I'll play puts on weakness. Okay. So you don't want to play just in the middle of a chart right here and expect to get results, because it's not going to move. The demand for that option is just not there. So you got to have clear demand why you're playing the call option, in anticipation of that break, in anticipation of that move coming in, with buyers and sellers and so on wanting to push past a certain point that has not been able to push past for the past, day or two, or sometimes a week, depending on a consolidation period that may take out. But as I'm watching these charts in pre-market or the previous day, as they set up, it gives me confidence to know, okay, buyers are looking strong for this stock. Everything is looking great. There's good possibilities we could break these certain levels and push higher. So that's what I like to do. I like to play on strength with these moves, and options just give a really great vehicle to double and triple X your money, so to speak, if you play it right. So with that being said, we're grabbing an entry on the break of 94.59 due to the fact that we've got two candles here that could not really break that level. Okay. And it's a key area, obviously. So once we break that level, I know for a fact I'm most likely going to get some volume, which is down here at the bottom. Okay. And as you see right here, the past 2 days, we've had below average volume bumping that particular area. Okay. Below that blue line is below average. The blue line is average volume. So with that being said, if we start pushing above that blue line, we're going to get above average volume in anticipation of breaking that move and pushing through all these different price targets as I got marked here on my chart. Okay. So it makes it easy for me to understand, okay, those are key areas. I want to go and play the moves. Let's see what happens here. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and break it down for you. So in this sense, on that 94.59, we break it. I'm going to play the $100 calls. Okay. $100 calls for expiration 12/18. Why am I choosing the $100 calls for expiration 8/18? So let's take a look at AMD calls here. And with that said, I'll hit the button here, hit my expiration of 12/18. These are monthly expirations. Okay. They're not weeklies, meaning every month. This is the third week of every month. These are generally the best volume out of an option. Okay, so as I see right here, I've got plenty of volume on Friday, 42,000 contracts traded. The bid and ask spread is only 1 cent difference, which is a key area I look for. The low of that option was 80 cents on Friday, and the high of that option was $12.12 on Friday. First off, I'm going to take a look at these Greeks as well. Theta is a burn rate and delta is a gain rate, okay? So for every dollar up that AMD decides to move, I'm going to make 29 cents a contract on my premium here. Okay. But if you buy in the middle of the chart, let's say you just buy in the middle of the chart on AMD and it's just going neutral and it's not really moving a whole lot and it's just going flat. Well, that's where that theta burn is going to hurt you. Okay. Theta burn right there is 12 cents, meaning you, as the stock is not moving up a dollar at all, it's just staying flat for the most part. You're going to be losing close to 12 cents a contract on your option. So your premium burn is starting to dribble, and you're losing money. You're like, well, the stock's not moving up. Why am I losing money? Well, it's because you're playing with expiration time. Okay. Expiration time is really what helps that theta burn. Now, if I knock things back down to like, next Friday, which is a weekly option, and pick those same option calls, my theta burn increases. Okay. It's not by much, but it's 13.5 cents. My delta decreases as well. Okay. So those options will obviously move, but they're cheaper as well. They only cost 74 cents, but you're going to get, a little bit of burn on your theta, and you're not going to get as much gain on your delta. But it's all by personal opinion on what you feel like you can afford. But you just got to understand those close expirations. You cannot hold them even more so. Okay, they're not able to be held as long at all, because you're literally just betting on the move to go in your favor. If the move is not going in your favor, then why are you holding a position that is burning up? Okay. So with that being said, we'll go back to the chart on these price targets. So that's why I'm choosing that call. If you like something a little better, and since we're at 94 bucks, you could choose something pretty close to the money for December 11th. But that again, your theta burn is increased quite a bit, close to 17 cents, but your delta is really increased. Okay. So you're going to make 44 cents a contract at $1.95. So every dollar up AMD moves up, you're going to be making almost 45 cents a contract right there. So that makes it kind of beneficial, man. That option right there will actually pay pretty heavy, but there's a good chance of risk. If it goes against your favor, you're also going to be losing 45 cents a contract. So keep that in mind. These are high risk. They move very fast up and move very fast down due to that delta being really high. Okay. So you want to find a kind of happy medium with that sense, something that you guys can tolerate a little bit. That's why I kind of choose about 2 weeks out generally for the option contracts as a call. But if you feel like you're up for the game and can gamble on that move, 29 cents isn't enough for you, step it up to December 11th, but play closer to the money. Okay. If you play farther away from the money, your delta is going to actually be worse than the farther out one. But if you get a little closer, that delta, as you see, is really increased, almost double there, or actually over double on these December 11s. Okay. So 20-cent gain versus 45-cent gain. That's pretty significant. So if you want to play closer, closer expiration, make sure you get closer to the strike price as well. So very important factor there. And it's all by personal opinion. You do not have to play the options, contract of choice right here. But I suggest playing under the $100 strike and under the expiration date if you do so, because I kind of picked the farthest one out that I would actually, play with. Different stocks can be different. Like Amazon, I can actually play $100 out of the money and be fine. But AMD, I don't really stretch it past $5 at most, generally, unless I got enough time on the strike price. So different stocks have different areas of how you can get the strikes. You do not want to be choosing the cheapest one on the board. There's a reason why they're only 1 penny and they have no volume, no bid. There's a reason people don't play this stuff. Okay. Look at that bid, 1 cent for every, 7-cent ask. It's a rough option. So with that being said, it's a miserable place to be in. Don't play those just because they're super cheap. You're going to have to play with something that has reasonable, opinion to make money with. So with that being said, we'll go to the chart here. I'm playing on break of 94.59 with $100 options for 12.18. What is my price targets? How do I choose these price targets? Well, price target number 1, I have at 96.39. Why did I choose 96.39? Well, because that is our all-time high for AMD. That is our next area of resistance. Okay, the candle's pushed up and it's going to hit 96.39. If we don't break 96.39, what is the stock going to do? It's most likely going to pull back. Okay, and that's why I call that as a price target. That's going to be an exit for some people. They're going to enter at 94.59 on that contract, and they're going to exit at 96.39. Why? Because we've hit it before and we couldn't break it. Okay. Doesn't mean it's going to break it on Monday. Doesn't mean it's going to break it on Tuesday. Doesn't mean it's going to break it on Wednesday. It may take an entire week of sideways action before it finally breaks it later on. So be respectful of those targets. If it breaks it, then great. We can go on to the next price targets and so on. But with that being said, we'll go to the next price target here. If it does decide to break 96.39, then I'm going to start looking at 97.97 area. And that is price target number 2. Okay. So that right there, and of course, is going to be another expected resistance area. And I'm basing this literally off of a 0382 Fibonacci line. Okay. So that right there is going to be, kind of a crucial area that you want to start taking profit as well at that 97 area. Also, these diagonal trend lines that come up here are going to act as resistance too. So if we get up to this point right here, 98.87, that is another area of resistance I'm going to respect as well. So when I throw these price targets out, guys, think of it as an exit. Okay. You're shooting for that price target of a risk reward ratio of, okay, I enter at 95.49, 59. I'm shooting for 96.39. If I get to 96.39 and it falls back, then that's the end of the play. So with that being said, let's say I go back to looking this on a 2-minute chart. Okay. We saw the areas of levels of resistance and supports that I've drawn for the daily. Now let's see how this plays out on a regular 2-minute chart that we day trade with. So going back to it here, and you guys see over here on the left side, well, whenever it shows it, that's not going to show it. So right here is our 94.59. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and draw this out just so you guys can see it a little easier there. So 95.59 is that area. We've got price target number 1 right here. Actually, that's a different line. Our 96 is up here. Let's see. We got 96.39 as our price target, first price target. I've got that other line there for some other reason, for something else. So with that being said, I wanted to show a break of 96.39. I've got this target here. I may actually respect it a little bit. It's probably based off of a previous high. Yeah, that's what it is. Off this little section of highs from the previous day. So if you like something a little closer, you guys can keep a little target there closer. The next target up here is going to be, that's another line I've got on my 2-minute chart. This is price target number 2 up here. 96.97, I think is what I have it at. Actually, the top one there. Yeah, 96.97 off that Fibonacci line. So with that being said, I'm looking for entry on break right here. Okay. So as the chart is building up for Monday morning, I'm entering a break right there. Okay. That's my break. That would be the entry for that exact option call because we're buying it in for strength. After we pass that area, I may visit this, but we'll see how it actually respects it or not. If it doesn't respect it, I'm going to go up here, but I'm going to make sure you guys hear the alert on Twitter. Okay. If I see a situation on Twitter, situation, that's coming up, I'm going to alert you guys on Twitter, and it's going to go ahead and post to the Twitter page right here. And you guys will see it pop up on the Twitter. And you guys will be like, oh, okay, well, he's respecting that per certain price area, or maybe it's starting to pull back, and you guys can play along. That's kind of why I said at the beginning of this video, if you follow alerts, you're going to have mixed results if you don't understand how you're wanting to play each one of these sections. So with that being said, we'll see if we break this price target, and go on to even see the higher price targets. But that's a big if. AMD does have some pretty good strength, so it can push them some pretty good movements here. But that's how I'm looking for it. But let's just say you enter at the break. Okay, you enter at 94.59, and we come up here and we go flat, and then we push back down and we fail the break and we come back down. Why are you still holding that call option? There's no reason to hold the call option. I'm very quick to kill my losses. The situation is I'm playing on strength. I want to see strong demand at the morning to break that previous resistance. And with that said, if it breaks it, I'm in good hands looking for those price targets. If we break and then fail, then I'm killing the play right away, and it's not a play. So any one of the watch lists that you guys see here, I'm not entering these plays if I don't get that break. Okay. The play is just not in my favor. I'm not going to play the break. So with that being said, I hope that makes some sense to you guys. Fastly is kind of the similar situation here. If I go to Fastly chart, which I'll pull it up here for you guys. I'll break it down a little bit for you here as well. Fastly's got some resistance up here too. But let's say I go to the daily chart and I've got this pegged as well. It was a good day on Friday. Did not enter the play because I was not ready for this play. So I will skip the play literally. If I don't have a plan or a trade plan around the play or levels to play off of, I'll just leave the trade alone and wait for it on another day. But strong move on Friday gives me good confidence that we could have a strong move on Monday. But what's got me a little concerned about Fastly is because it pulled back so hard into close. Okay. But if I go to the 2-minute chart, you guys see right here, it pushed up hard and then pulled back hard, but consolidated for about 2 hours there. Okay. So there's a chance it could come up here. But why would I want to trade in the middle of this if it pulled all the way back? And why would I want to enter calls on Monday just because I had a strong day on Friday? Well, I need it to prove me for strength. Okay. And why I want to prove it for me the strength, I'm going to start waiting for these levels to break before I feel confident on playing that upside versus just buying here. And that theta burn is killing my option with no real direction. Hell, it could even fall down here and I'm still holding a losing position. I mean, there's no reason or plan behind that. So we're going to go and structure a plan on Fastly here. Fastly, I want to see a break of 91.31. I'll play the $95 calls. Okay. And now let's go ahead and go back to the daily chart. Why I chose 91.31. Well, here's a good reason right here. Right here, we've got a massive gap, obviously, that we're waiting to fill. And it looks like I've got it at the start of that gap. Okay. Now I've hit a constant areas right there. 91.31 is our entry point, or is our break. I've got constant areas. I've got a opening candle right there. I've got a low there. I've got a low there. I've got a closing candle there. I've got an opening candle there. And I've got a low of day right there. So that area of support is pretty prominent to be respected. Okay. There's multiple candles and opens and closes of days throughout that trend line. That shows me that, okay, 91.31 needs to be respected as an entry. So with that being said, we closed definitely below it. We're here at 88.97, but I'm not going to play it until it gets to 91.31 to show me it has strength to finally break that area because it closed well below it. It couldn't hold itself above it to close. So with that being said, let's say we go to the 2-minute chart right here and we're like, okay, let's see what that 2-minute chart looks like. Well, that 91.31 you see right here on the left, it's breaking that 91.31 right there. Okay. So when we fell below it here, we went sideways for a period of time and we rested on the support for a while. But with that being said, we didn't break above this area of that 91.31. So I want to respect that 91.31. So that right there, in sense, will give me guidance that the stock is returning. It's retracing from that big descent on Friday. It has strength to want to push up. I'm, of course, going to throw the volume down here on the bottom, and I'm going to watch to see what kind of volume comes in. If it's above average volume, to want to push it above that particular area. And if it is, I'm going to feel confident in the play. But you guys get that watch list pre-market so you can understand why those levels mean to me. I'm going to play the strength of that break. And of course, next price targets are going to be above that break for these particular areas and so on. Of course, high of day is going to be another, price target break. So going back to the daily chart, we've got an entry of $95 calls for 12.11 for 91.31 break. Okay, that's our entry. We want to break that 91.31. And of course, to confirm a break, all you need pretty much is the close of a 2-minute candle. Okay. To confirm a break at a point, like let's just say it hit right here and this candle touched it, but you don't see the candle closing above it. That right there didn't break. It just touched it. But let's just say we broke it right here. This candle right there, these candles actually broke that level and actually confirmed the break. They tried to return the break, but of course they held the break once the following engulfing candle confirmed it was still going to hold. So in that sense, that is a confirmed breakout look right there. This right here is just a breakout touch. It's not a confirmed breakout. So no entry for calls right there. I've got to have one of these 2-minute candles to close, which is the body, which is the fat part of the candle, to close above that particular line. Okay. So make sure you guys understand that. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and pick a $95 12.11 call. Let's take a look what this looks like for Fastly and why I would choose this call. So Fastly, December 11th, $95 strike. So we're at $88 right now, and we'll hit the 95s right here. Well, there was good volume on Friday for these calls. The option spread is about 10 cents. So if I buy it right now, I pay $2.65. If I sell it, I'd sell it for $2.55. If I market placed an order, I want to make sure I do a limit order. Okay, guys, know the difference on your broker. Everybody's different on how they place these orders, but limit order is what I'm shooting for. These had a low of 54 cents, a high of 780. So there's definitely some strong movement here. What's also interesting too is the theta is at 32 and the Greek is delta is at 33. Okay. So it's pretty much a neutral option. Okay. Meaning that it goes up, you're going to make 33 cents a contract right here. Okay. For 260 calls or 260 premium price there. If we go down, theta burn is going to stay about 32. Okay. So you don't want to actually hold this option, but you want to play that move, and it should definitely move well in your favor. 32 is for every dollar it doesn't move and it just sits there dormant. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. If you guys want a little extra, time on that, definitely go for maybe $100 December 18th calls. You got 20 theta and 29 delta. Okay. Still a good option. It's above flat right there, but still a good option that you guys can play with if you feel, respected to do so. And you got a 5-cent spread. So you can actually do these and have about the same price. Let me just give you an idea what that option would possibly pay in a sense to the price target. So we'll play the 95 December 11th is what I've got posted here. And we'll see what that looks like. So we say we break 90, what was that price target? 91.31. Okay, let's say we break 91.31 as we got posted here, and then we're looking for 92.62. Okay, so 92.62 is right here. It doesn't look like a whole lot of resistance at 92.62, so most likely it'll smash through. It fastly moves pretty quickly. So we'll enter right here, and if we break that area, we can feel confident to go to the next target and the next target and the next target and so on. Okay, so that right there is a pretty good move. Entry right there, break right there, break right there, break right there. But the higher up we go on these price targets, guys, the more itchy I am to go ahead and sell my entire position. Okay. I'm very hesitant to hold past the higher and higher price targets unless we got some serious volume coming down here in the bottom. The strength is unreal and it just keeps on pushing. Then I'll play it accordingly, but be respectful of it. I'll definitely keep you guys noted on the Twitter page, and you guys can definitely, stay in tune with it. So with that being said, I'll go for price target 94.78, 97, 99, and 102 is the kind of the following price targets beyond this point right here, which you guys can see right here on the left-hand side. So play that respectfully. If it doesn't break, then of course it's not a play. Okay, it's failed the position. If there's intraday plays that we'll play, we'll see how that works out. But let me just break down this option gain that you would get if it plays these option price targets. So let's say we get all the way up here to this price target. That move from here from 91 to 97 is what, $6. So you're going to get $6 times your 33. Okay. So let's say we go 33. Actually, that's almost 34. I'll go 33.8 times 6. Let's see here. 0.33 times 6 gives us $1.98. Okay. That's pretty good movement right there. So your option with 260 would be $1.98 added on that move. So plus 2.60 you paid for the option. That option now would be $4.58. I mean, that is not that far off from 100%. It's getting really close to 100% move. So that's some serious move. Obviously, had you just played, the common shares and, you make $6 a share versus making almost 100% your money. That's a pretty good gain. It's the reason why I love options. It's the reason why you got to be very careful on them. But of course, if it starts breaking down and you're still holding it from the break entry, then of course you're going to be losing, 20, 30, 50, 100% of your money very quickly. So you want to be careful with this. It's very crucial to understand that timing of entry and the timings of exits and why those price targets are important, because the stock can meet it and very easily pull back on those areas. Okay. So if it reaches to that high, volume decreases, sellers come in, it's going to pull back and not go revisit it. So don't hang on to it. If it breaks those areas and goes up here and meets it and pulls back down, then of course, I may watch it and then revisit it. Okay, so I've sold near the price target. It doesn't have to be right on the dot. Okay, it doesn't have to be the exact dollars and cents. Just as long as it's near that area. Okay, I get very antsy near that area. It could be a difference of 50 cents, 20 cents, whatever. But let's just say it bumps that area. And when I say it's a reset, I got to wait for the stock to pull back and see how every one of these price targets will act as a support. Okay. So every time you see the break of 94.78, 97.36, and so on, if we start trading above it, that is going to be our new support. Okay, so if the stock pulls back, expect it to bounce off of that area and so on. I hope I haven't made this too complicated for you guys. There is a lot of understanding elements to charting and stock trading and so on. But that's what we try to teach here at Magic Tickers, how to understand the trade, how to understand what you guys are doing versus just throwing or gambling money, so to speak, into the markets. There's a reason why trades are trades, and there's a reason why people throw out alerts out there. Don't want you understanding why they alerted it. They just want you blindly buying, the play in anticipation of, selling their position straight to you. But that's not what we're about here. We want you guys to make money with us and understand it. Another added feature I want to show to you guys is you got access to our Discord room. Okay. As a Twitter alerts member, or if you're a Magic Elite member, I'll go ahead and cover the access points that you guys have here in our Discord room here. So with that being said, as soon as you sign up for the Discord channel, let's just say right here on that's our live chat. So we got the trade alerts right here. You go to the trade alerts, you sign up, you get your little monthly $35 subscription there. It's going to give you access to this Twitter page right here and all the, the pre-market alerts, because I'll post this up here and I'll pin it to the top tweet every single morning. And of course, make sure you hit follow and hit that little bell right there so it pops up in your notifications as well whenever we tweet. But another nice factor we guys got is you get access to the Discord room here, and you guys can chat if you want to right along here with all of the other members in our Discord room and our Magic Elite and Alert members as well. They can all chat right here if they got questions about a stock or have anything in general. And that same watch list is going to be posted right here in this channel as well. And the Twitter feed is right here. Okay, so every time a tweet is posted, it gets transferred over into the Discord room here, so you guys can follow the tweets as well. Okay, and of course we had results the other day on a pretty nice day of some options there. Also, you get access to this options alert room right here, which is some well alerts from unusual volume on a particular option contracts. You can play these if you like to. We don't necessarily always play them. But we look at them. But what it does is it's a flow algo that's catching unusual large trade actions for an unusual options chain. Okay, so we'll look at them. We'll see why these people paid so much money for a particular option that doesn't really make sense. But we'll look at it. We'll see if it kind of makes sense. Figure out why they would do it. But we'll play it out if it looks like it's a reasonable play, and then of course I'll alert it, and you guys will get it on the Twitter page and also on the Elite chat right here as well. So that's kind of your main access for an alerts member that you guys have the $35 process here. If you guys wanted to trade live with us every single day, then of course you guys will, do the free 7-day trial, and you got the $125 a month, and it's got all this extra stuff here as well. What you're going to get literally is the same Discord chat. You're going to get the same Twitter access and the alerts and all that stuff. But you're going to also get the Twitter feed options alerts and also our day trade swing alerts. But you're also going to get our live stream chat, which is a Zoom link I post every single morning in this chat room right here, this channel. And you literally watch me trade live from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every single day. I'm talking to you guys over voice. The entire team is talking to each other over voice. They see my entire screen. They see my charts all up here. They see me looking at all these plays and positions that I'm looking for and targets, and also the algos and things of that nature that we'll throw up. So it's a whole different dynamic to trading if you guys like it. But it's pretty simple. But I wanted to give you guys access to understand this. If you guys have questions as far as understanding these particular rooms, feel free to ask me. We've got other stuff down here for earnings report plays. Whenever earnings comes out, there's a bot room with kind of unique commands. You can ask it to, pull up stuff for you. Also got market data down here, which is kind of news related stuff that may affect the market, but nothing really important. But just this live chat room section is kind of the most important part here. So Elite Chat is our main discussion channel. So if you got questions, guys, even as a $35 monthly alert member, come in here, ask questions. You guys have access to this room as well. I want you guys to be able to capitalize on the money as much as possible. And of course, that's kind of how I break down these alerts. If we have an intraday alert, like let's say we're on the live stream during the middle of the day, well, we'll try to say the alert, but if it's a too fast of a play that is not given enough time for you guys to get access to it on the Twitter page by the time it hits the tweeter page here, and you guys see it and you're like, oh man, Mike's getting into such and such play, and then he'll jump in. I could be already selling the play, and at that sense, it kind of be too late. Reason for this pre-market watch list. There's a lot of good plays that jump out of this every single day. But be respectful for those levels. Okay. They're very important levels. No entry unless it breaks that particular area, and then look for those resistance price targets. Okay. And if it doesn't break the price target and pulls back, maybe it's time to sell it. Okay. But it could come test a lower price target if it's one that's, shoved its way all the way through all the price targets. If, sometimes we'll get a stock that goes through all the price targets, then I'll have to tweet out new price targets for that particular setup. But I've tried to make this as easy as possible. We've also got text alerts coming up soon. By the time of this video, if we don't have text alerts, it should be here soon within December here of 2020. I'll get you guys those text alerts, which, you'll have this stuff to try to get you a little bit more involved if you guys are working a full-time job and you're trying to get access to those text alerts. So anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to cover today on this instructional video for you guys. There's a lot of cool stuff that we have in the Discord room. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. And, if you got questions, feel free to ask. We're always trying to help our traders understand what they're doing, understand how to, maximize on these positions and so on. But feel free, guys. We love to have you guys on, and hope you guys are banking with us. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank y'all.